video games have been around for 50 years, and the industry keeps getting bigger, but is it getting better, or has the video game industry already peaked? We're going to talk about some of our favorite eras of video games and how gaming today compares with the past. Hi there.
Hey.
Welcome to the TopHouse podcast. We are TopHouse.
Yes, that's right. And one thing that you may have always wondered about TopHouse is, why is TopHouse named TopHouse?
Well, that's not what we're talking about today.
What are we talking about today, Joe?
Today we're talking about something that some people do. Video games. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. It's in the past.
Yeah, I jumped the gun on the...
I have a feeling it wasn't important, whatever I was about to say.
Well,
If
yes.
I rub my nose on the mic, can people hear that? I'm just like...
I can turn that up.
If you heard that on the mic,
Like and subscribe. Anyway, tell us more, Joe.
All right, so video games have been around for 50 years.
wow. It seems like a long
That would
time.
be 1976. 5. What year is it right now?
2025.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the industry keeps getting bigger, but is it getting better, or has the video game industry already peaked? So we're going to talk about some of our favorite eras of video games and how gaming today compares with the past. So that's interesting. Didn't a movie just come out about like the first, was like Tetris the first video
I
game?
think it was called Minecraft, the movie.
Oh, that.
I think, was it Pong?
I think
Or
Pong
Pong was
first.
maybe... Can't remember.
There's
an early Mario.
Let's
Maybe it
look it
was
up.
Pong.
Everyone give your guess of what the first video game was.
I think
I'm
Pong
gonna
was
Google
pretty...
I'm locking in Pong.
What do we have?
I don't know. The American Physical Society. Is that, anybody know if that's a reputable source? I don't know. October 1958, physicist invents first video game. So that's more than 25 years ago.
Wow.
And this is a very long article that I'm not going to read.
That sounds about right.
I just want to know what it was. Tennis for Two. It was called Tennis for Two.
Oh, Pong.
Probably Pong. I don't know. Anyways. That's funny. Okay. So first question. Well, let's preface this actually with video games. So on a scale of 1 to 2, if this is binary, have you played video games?
Can it be from 1 to 0?
The answer is yes, we all have.
Okay, next question, please.
2 is, who do you think is the most qualified here to talk about video games like Minecraft?
Whoa. That's a difficult question.
Actually is, because I feel like we all have kind of a different spectrum of games, if you will, that we
So
are
true.
in.
I feel like you, Joe, from TopHouse, are probably like the least up to date on video games.
I've never owned my own console, but I have played my fair share of
And, like, friends' houses and stuff.
first person shooters.
Yeah.
And when I lived with William, I just used your console a lot. So
I got video games because my dad, so he used to work in a warehouse moving appliances around, and this warehouse decided to remove some stairs without letting anybody know. This is the story as I remember it. They removed these stairs, and so my dad had this, I don't know, like a washing machine or something, refrigerator, I don't know. He was wheeling it. I think he opened a door and just like stepped in to this room that didn't have stairs, and he just fell and broke his femur, and he was couch ridden for, I don't know, a few months. And a friend of his was like, well, I have an Xbox. I can let you borrow that. And up to this point, my family had only ever had like the occasional computer game, like Minesweeper and random things like that. But we got the Xbox, and we got Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2005, maybe late middle school, something like that. And that is how I was set on my personal journey with video games.
I had a really bizarre, kind of half your story, actually. I got my first Xbox when a priest named Father Jeff randomly left Butte and just gave us his Xbox for some reason. And we got SSX Tricky and Halo 1.
What's the first one?
SSX Tricky. It's like a
snowboarding.
snowboarding.
It's an offshoot of the Catholic Church that's really into the Latin Mass.
It's the Winter Catholic Church
with snowboards.
with snowboards.
And I technically was like an early, we just talked about 1958 computers, but like Windows 95, Windows 98, scary video games for like children. Like we had this thing called 100 video games, and like a fractal would appear and a lady would be like 3, and you'd have to like press 3 and it'd go, and then like be 4, and you'd like press a button, like that sort of like
Amazing.
scary game.
Wow. Andy?
Wow. I never had a console growing up. I had like computer games, Oregon Trail, SimCity.
Oregon or Oregon?
What did I say?
Well, I'm just wanting to specify because there's a zombie version of that game called the Oregon Trail.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that's the only one I've played at, actually.
Can you die of dysentery in that one?
Yeah. Actually,
Really?
that's mostly how I died.
So play games like that. Also, Rocky Mountain Trophy Hunter 3.
Oh, nice.
That game slapped. And I knew all the cheat codes.
Wait, was it the same where you entered the cheat code and they'd be like,
cheaters never win.
Yes. Wow. Of all the hunting
I don't think
games.
I've ever met anyone else who's played that game, actually.
Wow.
That's so funny.
You just appear and there's like 20 bighorn sheep just around you. You'd never find them otherwise.
But there's another cheat code that makes the announcers say the words backwards. And so you type in that cheat code, it goes, Nevers number each. And I don't know. That's just seared into my mind.
Wow.
Has anyone played Star Wars Rogue Squadron? Like that was like a pinnacle of early video games. Early being defined as the 90s for me. It's like no one even knows. It's kind of like the modern Star Wars Battlefront 2, except only the part you're flying ships. And I got my gamer tag from that because I liked the Y-Wing. So I wanted the gamer tag Y-Wing fighter, but that was taken, so I got Y-Wing driver, and now I'm just stuck with that for my entire life.
I feel like I may have spoken to you about this, but did you, when you were a child, did you have a game called Freddy Fish?
Yes.
Where you're just a little fish and you just go from screen to screen looking for things. You find your little purple sea urchin and there's like a little story and you go around and it's just like a point and click kind of a game. Anybody else? Freddy Fish?
Yeah, no. My
knows.
sister and I played that a lot. That and Pajama Sam.
Did you have Putt Putt Saves the Zoo?
No, but that sounds amazing.
Wow. Well,
Good times. Joe had leaves on a shovel.
yeah. I was outside. I was eating grass.
Yeah.
I think I had friends growing up who had a Nintendo 64, and we were over there quite often because our parents were great friends and we were great friends with them. And I remember like walking into the house all the time. I'd be like, "Can we just go play Smash Bros?" And most of the time the answer was no, because our parents were like, "No, go outside and hit each other with sticks," and that's what we did. But we did play Smash Bros. Also, and so that was like my introduction to video games was Super Smash Bros. On the Nintendo 64, which was a great time.
Nice. It would be remiss to not mention, like, a lot of our high school experience was Halo and Call of Duty LAN parties.
We had some epic LAN parties. Let's get into that, though. Let's begin with this. Has the video game industry peaked, or is gaming still getting better today?
Let me rephrase that question. Have my dopamine sensors been totally fried?
That's so true. There's some level of staying away intentionally because I'm now a young man in my 30s, and whenever a new game comes out that seems to pique my interest, I have to weigh the social ramifications of spending 3 months of my life locked away indoors, achieving a goal that no one cares about except for me. Meanwhile, my relationships and my physical health suffer. but I am thinking about getting a console. Just to update, you know.
I'm probably the person that's going to be the most obsessed with the idea that video gaming is peaked. I don't think it's like peaked because it can't get better. I just think we've hit a point, like across a variety of industries, where the amount of money that can be generated is kind of impacting the quality of a game. So it's like, if you can make, $70 per person by, say, adding weird loot boxes, and you only can make $60 per person by selling a game without loot boxes, people are incentivized to do to kind of add these things to make the game worse. And until like that changes, I don't know if we're going to see games that I personally like very much, because I don't like playing a game being like, I'm in space and I'm being a space warrior, and all of a sudden like a friggin' thing pops up. It's like, for only $5.99 you could have the skull helmet that's on fire. And I'm like, I don't freaking care. Like, this is just for like 7-year-olds that don't know how to like control their
finances.
Like, I just want to play as a space warrior, and that I like games. Like, I think I'll conclude by saying I think that the video game industry in some ways peaked during like the late 2000s, but that's also fully, maybe my dopamine sensors are fried, and that's the last time I remember feeling joy playing video games.
I'm curious to see what AI does with games, because I think part of the fun of older games was learning the quirks and just like the dumb little idiosyncrasies that the old AI in games would have, and you could just like glitch. I remember playing a game, it was like some game called Total War, which is like your historical game, and you have little pikemen or whatever, and there was basically, I don't think it was a glitch, they just designed the game this way to where if you just put your pikemen in a wall formation, like pretty much literally no one could get
historically accurate.
Yeah. But I would just put them like a little gatehouse, and I should have lost the battle, but my pikemen everybody just keeps running into them and dying and not figuring out, those kinds of things. So curious as AI gets better, if you just won't be able to glitch in the same way, or if it'll just be glitching on steroids,
or if it's just going to be like every NPC in every game is going to be like, that wasn't just a good shot, that was a direct hit. Like M dashes everywhere.
Or if every NPC is going to now have like their own aspirations and family and stuff like that. So you can't
That's
just run.
Weird.
You can't, whatever happened to the good old days, just running around mowing down random NPCs.
What is an NPC?
NPC is a non-playable character.
Okay.
So it's just a thing, just some pedestrian or some shopkeeper that doesn't do anything except walk around.
In the game, not in real life.
Yeah, although you may have met some people that remind you of NPCs in real life.
Yeah, there are certain people that like refer to other people in life as NPCs. You should be very afraid of those people.
Interesting.
I usually do that in traffic.
Okay, here's a question. How has the gaming community changed over time? What is the gaming community? Would that just be like, I guess, just an online?
No, gamers are like the one group of people that when they complain enough, eventually things change.
Okay.
So it seems. If a game is released and something about it makes the gaming community upset, the gaming community just becomes the most toxic group of people you can imagine, until it eventually breaks the willpower of whatever game developer made the thing, and then they just bend and make the thing.
I guess that's pretty cool, I guess, because it's like,
right.
It's probably the only, it's got to be the only like entertainment media that's capable of changing. Because you can't like put out a movie like, we all wish that they could have just redone episode 8 for another episode, but
gamers are like,
it's out. Whereas gaming, you can change something.
Yeah.
Just gonna say, gamers are like the French of consumers.
Go on.
It's like the French, they had a revolution and, got what they wanted. That's what the gamers did.
That's what the gamers are like. Maybe another episode for that too.
Our Revolutions podcast.
TopHouse talks about the French Revolution.
I'd unironically do that.
I would too.
If you want to see TopHouse breaks down the French Revolution, like
us
and
know.
subscribe.
I'm really excited for that.
There's one of the things that's really fun about games, and like this is another reason I love games from kind of like the late 2000s, early 2010s is mods, because not only can people complain to companies to get things changed, but there's an entire group of games where there's literally just dedicated people out there that like they didn't want Star Wars Battlefront to just have the clones. They wanted to kill Gungans too, and also they wanted, like to be able to drive the Death Star or something, and so they build these ridiculous kind of add-ons to the game that
Is there a mod where you can drive the Death Star?
no, but hopefully someone out there will be listening to this. And
Does one
do that.
drive the Death Star?
I mean, you have to, right?
Someone's
Like
got
it
to,
goes
right?
somewhere.
Does it? Drive doesn't seem like the right.
It really doesn't.
You know,
Could sail it.
this is
Sail.
sail. Honest, sail
That
feels
sounds
a
better.
little bit better, even though it's not quite right.
Okay, so I guess that didn't really answer the question at all.
Oh, what was the question?
How's the gaming community changed over time? So the gaming community, I guess, would be defined as just people playing video games who, have, I suppose when the community aspect of it is that they are not just playing and never reaching out to other gamers. It's that they're like combined in their efforts to change something or like chat about
Unionizing.
something.
Well, they've also
How has it
just grown
changed?
because not that long ago, even I think when I was in high school, it was not so cool to be a gamer person. And now, like, being a gamer is a thing you can just put on your maybe not your dating profile.
on
You
your
can just put it on
resume.
some profile, and it's just kind of a normal, it's like a person's hobby. Whereas not that long ago, it was like publicly being a gamer seemed like it came with some kind of taboo. And so now there's a lot more just openness to just people gaming and doing whatever. So, which is cool.
So it's a lot more accepted.
This has
to just
grown.
be a gamer.
Yeah.
Like it's not as you're not
less
just
niche.
labeled a total nerd.
Yeah.
If you're a gamer.
And I think a lot of the people that were calling out others as total nerds like ended up finding a game that they really liked. And then they were like, oh, this is actually pretty cool, and joined in.
Also, like, those people tended to have kind of their own forms of mind-numbing entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, whether it's like watching a sport, like sports ESPN stuff,
Yeah.
or being obsessed with it. Like, they're which is, like, it feels like everyone at the end of the day, besides like a select few people, everyone has some form of mind-numbing entertainment.
Yeah, it's funny because when Twitch streaming started to become a thing, for those who don't know, Twitch streaming is like people can stream themselves playing a video game while other people watch, more or less. Like certain folks would be like, why would you watch someone else play a video game? And then they would click through their TV and then just go turn on baseball or football or basketball. And it's just...
I would argue, and maybe this is just me playing devil's advocate, I would argue that different mediums, whether it's mind-numbing or not, I would argue that different mediums have different effects. And like, so whether it's you're just sitting on, like sitting on the couch reading a book, even if it's like a total like, like fiction versus sitting on the couch watching a movie versus sitting on the couch playing a video game. I feel like, yeah, they're all like forms of relaxation and maybe mind numbing, but I would argue that they have different effects on just how your brain like functions and like reacts. Like one of them is going to produce more dopamine than another one is going to produce like I mean, one of the things that's interesting about video games is like the sense of like adrenaline that it gives that like sort of like inhibits your actual like adrenaline glands like as you grow, and so you become like less like all of your risk taking happens in a virtual setting, and so like you might be it just like affects how you like take risks in real life, and I mean maybe this is probably just like my hot takes on video games, but I would argue that there are different mediums have different effects, even if they're all mind numbing.
Do you know what a
agree
flow
with that.
state is?
No.
Yeah.
It's when it's that you've definitely gotten in a flow state. It's
Yeah.
when you're like working on something like a song and you get so locked in that you lose track of time. And that's the flow state where you're just like in a groove and you can just work on it for hours and hours on end. And there's something funny about video games that like get you into a flow state. Like the good ones will get you into a flow state.
Totally.
It's funny you would mention this because, like, I had a life coach for a while that would talk about how even in video games there are different functions. So, like, there's a flow state video game might calm you, and that might be like Minecraft. You're building a tunnel. You're not trying to fight anyone. You're literally just building a 4x4 tunnel. And it's almost kind of similar to, like, crocheting or something. Like all you're doing is just a repetitive motion that puts you at ease and you can kind of think. But that's different from building a tunnel with a friend, because now you're engaging in a communal act. Now it's not relaxing. Now instead it's kind of more like you're hanging out. And that's different from what you're describing, where you might be like shooting people in Battlefield or in Halo. And now you're kind of like engaged in a goal. I don't know, it's
It's
all very fascinating.
The point I was getting at is it seems funny to criticize somebody for having their own, like, watching someone else do a thing behavior when you have your own watching someone else do a thing behavior. I don't disagree that the things can be different. You know, like reading a book uses more imagination than just like maybe playing a run and gun kind of a game. Like
Smoking cigarettes is different from smoking meth.
Yeah, that's what
Smoking
I'm trying to
meth
say.
is different from smoking yourself in a smoker.
Well,
That's right, William.
what are some of your favorite video games, and what is your favorite of all time?
I'll tell you what. My favorite right now, I don't really play video games that you can't pause or anything since I became a dad. I really haven't played that many video games since I became a dad. But the one that I do play is called Slay the Spire, and it's on my phone, and it's awesome. And I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just so much fun. And 10 out of 10 recommend. If you don't know Slay the Spire and you like stuff, you should try it out.
Not sponsored.
No, it's
Not sponsored by Slay the Spire, although Slay the Spire, if you want to send me Slay the Spire 2, I will review it on my podcast with my friends. But my actual all-time favorite of all time is Dishonored 1.
Oh.
That game is so much fun.
That one is very cool. I started to play a little bit of either a DLC or the second one, and it didn't quite
It's not quite
feel
the
the
same.
same. The
Not
first
quite the
one
same.
was pretty
Masterpiece.
I'm just going to throw out, right now it's mostly Minecraft or, so there's RTS and what's Total War? It's some other.
like a
It's
blend.
like a strategy. It's generally a turn-based strategy with
TBS.
real time. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. Turn-based strategy games. I don't play them often, but like if I really need to decompress, I'll like just pull one of those up, and it usually takes me like 2 years to complete something because I just, it's more for just like decompressing than anything. But yeah, I slowly conquer the world, starting as Syracuse in Total War with the Divide et Impera mod, or using Thrawn's Revenge. I take over the world as one of the Imperial splinter factions, and I might have to start, and by have to start I mean start. Be streaming my Minecrafting here soon, so that's going to be an adventure for everyone.
Oh yeah, we have to do our second Minecraft stream.
If you want William to stream Minecraft, like and subscribe in the comments below.
Can we do the French Revolution? We should talk about the French Revolution while
In
we
Minecraft.
play
Minecraft.
Minecraft. That'd be fun.
I feel like my all-time favorite would have to be Super Smash Bros. I don't know. I haven't played it as much as I've played some other, like Halo and Call of Duty are probably the two that I spent the most time playing in high school and college, but I'd say that Super Smash Bros is the one that most stands the test of time for me, because I've like tried to get on to like Call of Duty in the last couple of years, and it's just not as much fun anymore. Unless it's like a group of people like playing, but like I've tried to by myself a few times and I'm just like I just don't have the same thrill that I had when I was 18 about this. But Super Smash Bros is like I feel like it just stands the test of time. Like I just want to eat a bunch of pizza and be Bowser hitting people.
Man, that's one of those games
That's all I want to do.
that I really don't like to play.
Really?
Because I probably would. But one, I don't have the nostalgia because I didn't grow up with it. And two, all of the times, which is like twice, that I've played the game with somebody, they did have the nostalgia. And so
yeah.
I just get absolutely trounced. And I'm just like, how do you play this game? They're like, oh, just press buttons. And then I'm just dying all the time. Like, I don't understand.
They never tell you
They
how to
never tell
actually
you how to play the game.
Yeah.
But like with something like Mario Kart, I can have a little more fun with because at least I can beat the little computer things that are driving around,
racing.
even if I get trounced again by my friends. So for me, it's, you all know, it's my city building games. For the last actually it's been a lifetime. I just love building stuff. When I was a kid, it was the original Sim City, like the first Sim City. And then The Sims became a thing. I like designing houses and stuff. And then more historical games like Civilization, turn-based games. But then as of late, city skylines. It's got me staring at interchanges in cities that we drive through. I now know what a diverging diamond interchange is. And that's the one that they just put in by our house by the airport.
Wow.
Yeah. It
I thought that it was just like a random curvy road.
That's what everybody thinks. But it favors the left turn.
How can we make this more confusing?
You'll notice that traffic crosses and you drive on the opposite side of the road and just moves the cross point. Anyway, so I really like
those.
Yeah, they're fun.
They're scary.
And then I'll be, after going to Europe, it's fun to see different, cities grew differently. If you stare at Google Earth over, say, Amsterdam versus like Denver. Denver's all grid and square. Amsterdam's less so. There are reasons for that. But it's just fun to see in person when I'm over there so that I can think, oh man, I should try making a cute little European city. I could put roundabouts everywhere and nothing has to make sense, but it can be like just cute to walk down and just more wholesome maybe to live in. So that's where I spend a lot of my time after tour.
Whenever I'm playing City Skylines, I inevitably think about Missoula, Montana, and how that city is just two different road
roads,
systems,
yeah.
like
3 different
mashed.
road systems.
Yeah. Legend has it that one developer wanted the roads to be parallel with a mountain range and another developer wanted them to be east-west, I think. So you end up with a lot of crazy angles in streets that are a little bit obnoxious to drive through. But yeah.
All right. What era of gaming feels like the golden age? William, I feel like this is your question. Because as you said earlier, you probably have the most like what was the industry like when it peaked? When was that?
I'm trying to it depends on, I don't want to give like a lame answer of like, it depends on how old you were, even though that's probably true. So I'll do it for the sake of being interesting, because that's probably the truth. Like the golden age is when you were enjoying playing video games, like personally when you were. But I'm going to be interesting and say that the golden age of video games is correlated always with the power that an individual user has to like create in a game. I think that's why Minecraft is doing so well, is because the game is all about creating and building. And I think that a golden age ends, like whether it's Halo or Call of Duty or whatever, as the game becomes more and more restrictive and more about kind of nickel and diming people into submission, and because that slowly kills off a fan base. Because if you're 15 and coming into video games and you log on to one and it just wants you to buy every gun, for Call of Duty Zombies 25 or whatever, you're not going to do that. And go find some new fun indie thing.
Okay, how has Twitch streaming changed the gaming world?
Sort of like, how has sports betting changed the NFL? Actually, I don't know if it's anything like that. I just felt like saying it.
It seemed like an analog.
Sometimes it's probably like how I wonder if sports would have been way better before announcers existed. Like sometimes,
what's going on?
sometimes if I'm watching like sports, I just wish that nobody was talking because sometimes it's like really annoying and you're like,
They actually have that option if you just go to your remote and you press mute.
but you just want to hear like the sounds of the game. And I feel like Twitch is maybe the same. Maybe it's like
Maybe you want NFL ASMR that you can turn on in the background. It's just
Cheering
guys
stadium
grunting.
to fall asleep to.
I guess that Twitch streaming is different because it's not so much someone commentating. Well, it is though, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but they're commentating their own game that they're playing, right?
Well, other people can comment as you're playing too.
Okay.
I feel like it's maybe helped people develop a bit more of an appreciation for like professional esports people. Because I think a lot of people when Twitch was becoming a thing got really excited. They were like, I can make a living playing video games from home. And then it quickly became a thing like, oh man, this is kind of exhausting and it's stealing the joy of, this is what I've heard from others because I've never done any Twitch streaming, but it's kind of like stealing your joy of just having it as a thing you play for fun or for relaxation.
Yeah, guys, it's crazy to try to monetize the thing you love to do.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Remember that.
If you want to do something that you love, that's crazy to make it your job.
Make sure you don't.
Belly dancing is difficult, but you
It's
can't.
really,
You can't.
what was I talking about? Anyways, I think there's probably some level of appreciation for like professional Ouija game players.
Ouija board players?
Ouija game.
Is that like a gang of Ouija board players?
Ouija game. What's the next question, Joe?
I'm just trying not to give too many hot takes on video games.
You can give a hot take.
Yeah, no, Joe, give us
Don't
all your
save
hot takes.
all
I
your
don't know.
opinions and parts
I like
for
because
other
it
things.
seems I don't want to be the judgy guy about video gaming.
Oh,
I feel
here
like
it
Twitch
comes.
streaming is so weird though.
Judgy
like
guy.
I've always just thought it was like strange because it's just like, and I mean, it's like great, I guess, but
It's sort of like watching your older brother play the Xbox while you're sitting there watching him play the Xbox.
And you're
so.
like 4 to 6 years younger, and you're thinking, "Wow, that could be me someday." You look
Maybe
up
you
to
have a
this person.
controller that's turned off and you
Yeah.
think you're controlling it.
My thoughts on that is just like something the younger generation understands that I don't.
Yeah.
Like I just don't get it. I don't
I
get
suppose
it.
it's like if you have a game and you're like stuck at a certain point and you just don't know how to get past it, I suppose you could go find some pro who's doing it and be like, oh, you just jump on that ledge.
Well, what's your hang up with like the esports thing?
I don't know. I guess it's just called me old fashioned or something. It just feels like it feels like a strange phenomenon to me, at least. Like I remember like the first time I heard about like professional like video gaming, and I was just like, just seems so odd. I guess to me it's like, and this is maybe like the high horse that I have that is probably not fair, but I feel like video gaming is like, it's kind of like social media where I have a hard time reconciling it with like, and I mean obviously I'm very grateful for social media because we're putting these episodes out on social media. We're like, we put our music out, like it's great, but I also feel like it's very it's very isolating and addictive, and I feel like video games are the same way, where it's like, yeah, it's kind of like that flow state thing. It's like, I just don't know if it's like a good thing to like start playing a video game and then you realize that 5 hours have passed. I think that if like anything, if you go into it with self-control, then that's great. Like if you spend an hour here and there and it's relaxing, that's cool. But I feel like, I don't know, I guess it's just like, to me, it's like if you count up at the end of your life and you've realized that you've played like 3 years worth of video games, I'm just like, I just don't see it as like as a positive personally. Mm-hmm. Unless it's like I think the community aspect of video games is cool. Like if you are diving into the community aspect, I think that that's a true positive because.
Are you talking like professional? Or are you just
I
talking
guess
to somebody in a
and so
room?
what I'm saying is like with the Twitch streaming to me is strange because it's sort of like is like professionalizing and monetizing something that I think is like bad. It's sort of like, I don't know, not bad, but just
It's a little weird.
complicated, I suppose. And so I feel like it's like a complicated thing to me. And so I've always just been a little confused by e-gaming, but I know there's countless other things that are comparable. It's not like just video games. It's like I realize you could say the exact same thing about, you know, being a musician and
Like chess.
posting it on Instagram or something. But yeah, it's just something that I feel like I think about and kind of wrestle with. But yeah, that's my soapbox.
That's a good take, Joe.
Joe's hot take.
What do you think of Joe's hot take?
Do you hate Joe now?
Let us know in the
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Stop hating me, please.
Jesse doesn't think that Indiana Jones is necessary, so you could. No,
Andy doesn't think
okay.
lotion's necessary.
man,
That one, I'll die on that hill.
what? Okay, what's a game everyone loves that you just couldn't get into?
Oh, man.
You know, there's this game that is called Skyrim, and I always wanted to play it because everyone was into it, but I was in music school. And so I waited for years until I literally graduated college to play this game. But right when that happened, VR equipment came out, and I got really excited and bought this really sketchy VR equipment. And then I bought a really scary VR treadmill that barely works. Then I jumped on the VR treadmill, and I wandered around this land they call Skyrim. And it was the most surreal experience of my life. I was being attacked by giant spiders.
The spiders in VR are pretty terrifying.
I literally it literally was like just the worst. Like you're just sitting there, you're muggy and hot because there's a thing on your head. A spider is like above you, and you're like doing this with your hands because they're supposed to be a sword. Mm-hmm. You're trying to like shoot arrows, and then I wandered up on top of a giant mountain by accident, and it was like the largest mountain on the map. And then I found a pickaxe, and then I fell off the side of the mountain. And then my mods all updated, and then I couldn't play it anymore. And I got stuck in the floor as people were telling me I could scream.
Whoa.
Sounds like a dream.
Do you think are the VR treadmills are those like done? Are those still a thing, or are they going to be improved on, or was that just like a really quick fad?
I think I have a feeling this technology is all going to appear again in 20 years. The problem is, like I mentioned earlier, my hot take where I think that things go viral and have golden ages when people have more power and more like they have creative control over something. The person trying to push VR was literally Mark Zuckerberg, who is like the exact opposite of someone who creates products that like encourage creativity. That just killed everything, I think, honestly.
Wow. So Skyrim for you though.
Yeah, I still want to play it someday. I'll somehow reboot it all. I got killed by a troll too in the field. It was really big.
It's just Zuckerberg killed the VR treadmill.
I guess, like, I already mentioned Smash Bros. Just because the nostalgia that I didn't have towards it.
I think most platformers, like side-scrolling 2D platformers, I'm just not a huge fan.
Yeah, same.
Because for me, sorry, William, it would have to be Minecraft.
Oh, that's okay.
I just haven't been able to. I've played it, but it's not one that I've been confused by it.
Should Joe join us on our next Minecraft stream?
Hey, I was on the last one.
That's why I said the next one. Should we try and convert Joe? What if you became a professional Minecraft streamer?
I guess if the price is right, I suppose, Okay, let's wrap it up with this last question. If we designed a video game, what would it be?
You guys
talk about the card game.
Yeah, this is the
gosh.
card game that was like
okay.
the game of life, but for musicians.
William
or
and
right?
This was awesome. I want to build this actually someday. We started designing. It was not a video game. It was a card game, but I guess you could pretty easily turn it into video game form. But it was like was like an RPG for bands, like where it was like you get your everyone is like a character in a band, and then there are different decks of cards, and so you have to draw, you know, what you want your band to be. So a guitar player, you know, drummer.
Well, you draw
player.
random, right? So you can
You
end
like
up
draw
with
it
like
at
six
random, I think, and
saxophones
everyone,
and
and
a
you
flute.
get like you're playing with like real people. Like I think we were designing it with just our friend group in mind, so it was very cracked out with a lot of inside jokes. But I think the idea would be, you know, you could draw like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Neil Peart or something like that, and then, you know, put like
Those are
Justin
famous
Bieber
musicians.
as singers or something. And but then there were also like these like levels you had to go through, so you had to draw the right like tour vehicle, and then who's your manager going to be, like all of these things. I don't know. Do you remember more about it?
Yeah, no, it was like, I mean, that's kind of the major gist, and like the entire idea was you're trying to make it to the big times, which, like, you know, there's some arbitrary thing like getting, you know, 1 million likes on Facebook, or, you know, like getting this many streams or something, just something weird. And you had to you would play gig cards. So like that was an option, is you could draw a gig card, and then there'd be instruments on it, and if they happened to match the instruments of your band, you could play it. And there'd be a random effect like, oh, you know, a drunk lady threw a martini at your amp, so lose $150 but gain 15 fans. And like you could, you know, so you'd be able
Gain
to,
Or like-
one martini glass.
viral moment or something like that. Like you just had a viral video because someone kicked you. Spend 2 weeks in the hospital, lose out on gigs, but gain, or like, I don't know, a storm rolls in, gig canceled, things like that.
Your career is on the decline. Throw a chair off of a roof.
Make a Christmas album.
Make a Christmas album.
If you want TopHouse to do a Christmas album, like and subscribe.
Please don't like it.
Little Drummer Boy 20-minute edition.
Wow. So yeah, our video game would be like a band RPG, I suppose,
It's great. I'd
based
play
on
it.
true events. Okay. Well, let's go into our folklore segment. And to preface this, so we've already mentioned this a couple times, but a little while ago we played Minecraft for a Volume.com live stream. And if you don't know what Volume.com is, well, gee whiz, you should. It's
Yeah.
that is like our fan platform where people can go, and we have a Discord there, and we answer questions. I think we're gonna do a Q&A podcast episode for Volume here pretty soon, and things like that. So we played Minecraft for a live stream for Volume.com, and so in honor of that, William is going to answer some Minecraft trivia questions.
Oh no.
Or I guess we can all answer them if we'd like, because I don't have the answers in front of me. So Nate will just tell us whether we're correct or not, I guess. So here we go. Question number 1. What year was the first version of Minecraft released?
Ooh. Oh man, I wasn't there for that.
You weren't
I wasn't
born yet,
I
or-
wasn't born yet. No, I'm gonna guess 2004. I think
2004?
Yeah, I think that's
Is it
wrong.
that old?
It's somewhere between 2004 and 2010.
I'm going to say 2007. It's my guess.
I feel like the first I had ever heard of it was, I remember playing it in your camper outside your house in View, and that must have been in like 2013 or 14. So I would have guessed like 2011 or something.
Yeah, I think
I'll say
Yeah.
2006 because it's one less than 2007.
What's the answer, Nate?
2009.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
All right. Which mineral can generate naturally in both the overworld and the nether?
Oh, gold.
Wow, I didn't even give you the multiple choice options. Is that correct? It is correct. Gold.
It's
What?
like in the Minecraft movie TM.
What is the rarest block in the game?
That's a great question. I'm gonna assume it depends on if dragon eggs are a block.
Well, Dragon Egg is one of the multiple choice options. Do you want me to read you the other ones?
Yeah, sure.
There's also the Shulker box and the End Portal frame and the Dragon Egg.
Definitely the dragon egg.
Okay. Is that correct? That's correct. Which of these things can a tamed cat give you as a gift in the morning? Do you want me to read the multiple choice, or you got
You just
this?
know it.
Okay, which of these things can a tamed cat give you as a gift in the morning? Raw rabbit, stick, gunpowder, or rotten flesh?
I'm gonna guess.
Gunpowder?
I'm gonna guess rotten flesh because that sounds like a
Raw
cat.
rabbit feels right to me.
Yeah. I'll just pick the one that you guys didn't pick.
Stick?
Stick. What is it? Rotten flesh. Wow, that's great. What vegetable can you use to make a potion of night vision?
Ooh, I should know this one.
There's diamond turnip, iron cabbage, golden carrot, or brass potato.
I think it's golden carrot.
That makes sense, right? Don't carrots give you better night vision? Mm-hmm. It is the golden
Nice.
carrot. All right. What can you wear to stop an Enderman attacking you?
Rotten flesh.
I feel like garlic is is like a
A golden carrot.
like a vampire.
I should know this one.
This one's not multiple choice, so I don't know. I
Okay,
can't
I
help
don't
you.
know.
Vegetable.
Oh, it's a vegetable.
Is it
It's
garlic?
the turnip.
Oh, it's the friggin' pumpkins.
Oh.
It's a pumpkin? Okay.
the pumpkins.
Pumpkins. What phrase from the Minecraft movie became popular from the crazy movie theater experiences?
Chicken jockey.
Chicken
I
jockey?
was really hoping people would yell it and scream and throw the popcorn when we watched it. I was there with my dad and Austin, our like backup tour manager. I don't know why we just went there and I was waiting for it.
Be
Are
the
chicken-
change you wish to
Are
see
chicken
in the world.
jockeys in the game? Is that like a thing in the game, or is that like a movie exclusive?
It's really rare, but they show up. It's just a little zombie riding a chicken that just kills you.
awesome.
It's really cursed.
All right, and number 8. What are creepers scared of?
Cats.
Cats.
Scooby Doo and the gang.
Ooh.
The law.
Is it ocelot?
An ocelot.
Ooh, an ocelot.
Which is
It's kind of like a
like
cat.
a cat. Okay, those are our questions.
Wow.
Wow.
What do you think? What do you think of video games?
Do you think
Let
they
us
are
know.
online?
Like and subscribe.